Hello, 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 hello. Hello. This is, I'm so happy to be here. I am so happy to be here. I'm just going to make some adjustments before I finally begin. I don't know the level of my volume. Let's see. I am using a microphone. If you can see me, I need to know if I can be heard. Can I be heard? How would I verify that? Okay. I think we're going to go with it. Microphone's on. Can you tell that this is my first time going live using a microphone? And so I am so happy. I'm so excited to be doing this right now. All right, let's begin. People or not, we're going to begin. Like I said earlier, I am so excited to be recording this podcast and YouTube video. So, and the reason I'm so excited is because I want to just spread some inspiration and encouragement to fellow Black women across the diaspora and to all women of African descent. My name is Serena Victor. I am a new podcaster, and my podcast name is Ubuntu Roots. This is my third episode 3, season 1. So excited to be doing this and also going live on YouTube. This is great. So if you're one of those people who prefers to watch than listen, definitely head to my YouTube channel, Serena Serenity. That's SERENA SERENITY. If you prefer to listen, head over to my podcast. It is on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Google as well. And the name of that podcast is Ubuntu Roots. Yes, Ubuntu Roots podcast. Catch me there. Come play with me sometime. So today's podcast, like I said, is just me trying to spread so much positivity to women out there, women of African descent, women of, women that are Black living in the diaspora, living wherever they are in the continent. So I love words. I'm a person who loves words. I love constructing sentences. I love finding powerful words that I can meditate on, powerful words that I can repeat to myself. And so this is why I'm inspired to create a mantra for Black women. It's not very easy to find mantras for Black women when you go into YouTube or even when you Google them. And so I wanted to curate something specifically for Black women. And so we'll begin with the science, or we'll begin with answering the question, what is a mantra? So a mantra is a life-affirming phrase or word that helps to connect us with our heart, mind, and spirit. It's a word or a phrase that you can repeat to yourself during meditation or whenever you need to, I say. I say whenever you need to repeat a mantra or a positive word or a phrase, use it. In the middle of the day when you're having a tough time, use a positive mantra to reorient your brain, to reground yourself. If you feel your thoughts are going down a negative spiral, definitely, grab a hold of a mantra that sits in your heart. It can even be a scripture. It can be, it can be a sentence you read from a book that is very powerful and life affirming to you. Basically, a mantra is any word or phrase that is life affirming. It gives you life. It feeds your soul. It feeds your spirit. It connects you back to yourself, back into your power source. And so one thing that I love to do with Ubuntu Roots, and one thing that I'm about, is ritualizing our lives. And so we use mantras to ritualize our lives. So you can use this ritual in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you can repeat powerful phrases to yourself. Or like I said, during the daytime when the going gets tough, or at nighttime before you go to bed, you can use mantras as a way to evaluate how your day went, right? And so, yes, in this space, this podcast space, this Serena Serenity space of YouTube, this is a space where I'm going to curate I'm going to curate videos and podcast episodes that help to ritualize our lives so that we can begin to really connect to our own power sources within us. And by doing that, we are awakening the purpose that lives within us, right? And that's the whole point of that, is to awaken the purpose within us. And so somebody might say, I don't know about mantras or life affirming statements. Why do I need them? And some people might be evidence based practice, right? They might want the evidence, they might want the empirical evidences. Serena, what's the evidence that mantras are actually powerful, that they actually help to connect to my heart and mind and spirit, and that they help to actually rewire my brain to where I'm responding to life in an intentional way that changes my life in a better way, in a better trajectory, rather changes the trajectory of your life into what you really want it to be. So for those of you who are research heads, life affirming mantras were developed. There's been researches that have been developed to pretty much look at self-affirming, the self-affirming theory, and researchers have been led to believe that that self-affirming mantras actually do impact the brain in a positive way, right? They impact the brain in a positive way. So there's neuroscientific evidence that shows that your brain is positively impacted when you use mantras to feed yourself, basically. Also, in one research carried out by a person named Casio et al., meaning Casio and so many other people. I mean, it's such a big group of people that they can only name one, and then et al., everybody else. In this study that they carried out in 2016, using MRI evidence, it was suggested that certain neural pathways are increased when people practice self-affirmation tasks. So one self-affirmation task is using powerful mantras to ritualize your life, right? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through a very small meditation. We can pair up breath work and repeating these powerful mantras together. All right. So if you're new to meditation, if you're new to powerful, mantras, don't worry. I'll ease you into it. And please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also do the same thing for my podcast. Like it, leave a review, and leave a comment. Subscribe to my podcast, Ubuntu Roots. It's on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google platforms. Yes. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share with friends and family members that you know are in need of power mantras, especially if they're Black women. Right. Okay. So I like to pair my power mantras with breath work. And that really works for me. It works in the sense that I feel that power mantras really awaken that sense of chi, that sense of power source inside of me. Or in South Africa, it's called Umbalini energy, right? It awakens that Kundalini energy or the Umbalini energy. So in South Africa, it's called Umbalini energy. And in places like I think India, through yoga, it's called Kundalini energy. Kundalini energy basically is this coily energy that sits at the base of your spine, the root chakra. And once you awaken that energy, it uncoils and goes all the way up your spinal cord, all the way to your brain. And it's just a powerful way to connect with yourself, to connect with your own power source. And so one way to connect with that Umbalini energy is using power mantras and to sit in meditation as well. The best way to do it is using silent meditation, but we will not be using silent meditation. We're going to actually use these words, these powerful statements, to reorient our brains and to really connect us to our power source. So if you are going to partake in this meditation, in this mantra session, should you begin to feel like a hot burning sensation in your spine, all the way up your spine to your brain, it's a good thing. That's your Umbalini energy awakening. If you begin to feel chills or warmth, it's also a good thing. As long as you're not, as long as you know the difference between that, and you know the difference between your anxiety, and that you're not going into an anxious state. Otherwise, relax, unfold yourself, relax your fingers, relax your toes, be in a state of being free, breathe free, be loose and be free and breathe. And here we go. I don't have any music to accompany this. If you do, you can turn your music on whenever you listen to this. And please, like I said, like, share, and subscribe with friends and family members, especially Black women in your lives that are looking for ways to connect with their power sources. So, we're going to begin by just bringing our awareness back to ourselves. What I mean by that is, if your brain is thinking about bills, if you're thinking about the next assignment you have to do, the next place you have to be in life, begin to bring your mind into this moment. Begin to bring your brain and calibrate it to the words coming out of my mouth. And with your breath, begin to recalibrate your breath by noticing your breathing. Notice how you're breathing. Is your breathing fast? Is your breathing slow? Notice your shoulders. Are they tight? Are they loose? Notice your feet. Could they use some uncurling? Could you perhaps wiggle your toes to loosen them up? Could you maybe stand up and stretch a little? Stretch your neck. Do some sideways looking and you could look to the side, look to your left while keeping your shoulders as straight as possible. You can look to your left. And we're going to introduce some breathing into this as well. We're going to introduce some breathing. So with your diaphragm, you're going to breathe in really deep. Breathe in really deep through your diaphragm. And hold your breath at 5. So you breathe in for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you exhale at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to breathe in again for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 5. And when you exhale, you really want to remove that negative energy out of your system, wherever there's stale energy, wherever there's unprocessed emotions and it's stuck in your breath. You really want to take a deep breath in and exhale out of your mouth, making an expression. Really get that energy out. We're going to be intentional with that breath. We're going to breathe in deep one more time. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. I'm going to breathe in one more time. Breathe in, nice and big. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. As you're sitting as still as possible, if you're able to sit still, just quiet your breath and notice it. Breathe at a regular pace if you can as we go into these mantras. If you're driving, that's okay. You can drive and listen. If you want to repeat the mantras with me, you're welcome to do that. If you just want to lay down and listen, that's okay. You're welcome to close your eyes. You're welcome to keep your eyes open. Whatever state you want to be in, it is a-okay. Every morning, I rise up and step into my power. My power cannot be lost or destroyed. I rise up and into my magnificence. I love and accept myself fully. I release the fear of my own power. I release all self-sabotaging behaviors that keep me from claiming the things I want. I am sacred. I am Black Girl Magic. I am divinely led and protected. I am moving forward, taking actions that bring different experiences into my life. I no longer pretend to be less than who I am. I am worthy and deserve love and respect. I embody power in my mind. I embody power in my body. I speak love, peace, and joy into my day. I am sending love, peace, and joy to every person I come in contact with today, even before I engage with them. I am surrounded by love, peace, and joy. I am divinely guided. Everywhere I go and in all that I do, all things are working out for my good. Not everything has to be done in a rush. I can rest and slow down. I am grateful. There are many things I am grateful for. I can list 3 things I am grateful for. Go ahead and list 3 things you're grateful for. Good job. I embrace myself in my power. I embrace the power to make money and have money. I embrace the power to create intergenerational wealth. I embrace healthy money choices. I manifest money-making opportunities that enhance the well-being of my family and myself. I choose to be happy. My life is taking place right here, right now. I am not defined by white supremacy. I cannot be contained by white supremacy. I am self-defining. I am not afraid to harness my power. I embrace who I am because I finally remember who I am. I opt to rise up above negative feelings and ditch negative thoughts. I choose not to stay in disrespectful environments. I choose to cultivate life affirming environments. I choose to heal. I choose to dance and sing. I choose to slow down. I march to the rhythm of my own drum beat. I am led intuitively. I accept and love myself thoroughly and completely. Ashe. Whew. Let these mantras sink in. If you had a favorite one that stood out to you, use it to power your day. Use it to power you through the rest of January and perhaps throughout 2022. But whatever you do, Black woman, whatever you do, Black person listening to this, I hope that you begin to define yourself for yourself by yourself. I hope that you begin to rise up in your magnificence. I hope that you begin to rise up in your power so that you can make it happen for yourself, the life that you want. This podcast began as a dream. This YouTube channel began as a dream. It lived in my brain rent free for about 3 years, for the podcast, that is. The YouTube channel lived in my brain for another 3 years before I actually launched my YouTube channel. So now is the time for us to step out and do the things that we really want to do. Because somebody is waiting to hear your voice. Somebody is waiting for that product that can only be made by you and the way that only you can make it. Somebody needs to read that book. Perhaps you have writer's block right now, and that's okay. Sometimes the universe wants us to grow from one stage to another before we can actually finish a project. But the goal is to not give up, right? So, Black woman, Black person, you gorgeous being, you, wherever you are listening to this, and even if you're non-Black, I hope that you will continue to encourage yourself, that you will continue to speak life into your own life, that you won't do what society does best, which is, it's really good at throwing all the negative statistics at us, all this negative news and, images on television that leave us traumatized. All of these things are necessary because we need to hear what's going on in the world. I get it. But I hope that you will begin to till the soil of your own heart using powerful life affirming words, that you will begin to rise up in the morning and tell yourself, I am powerful, even if you don't feel the power. You will begin to rise up in the morning and say, I am taking a seat in my own magnificence. And let those words begin to find within you the magnificence that lies inside of you. Let these life affirming words begin to activate themselves inside of you, awakening the power that really does lie inside of you. You know, it's like a car with a battery and keys, right? The car lies dormant until you put the key into ignition and turn it on. And then all of a sudden, this power turns on. We hear the engine revving, and it's time to drive the car, and we zoom off. So sometimes we need to ignite ourselves. We need to turn the ignition on. One way to do that is through power mantras. One way to do that is through meditation and prayer. Find your seat of power. Listen to this mantra as often as you need to. I am rooting for you, and this is a space where we will gather and encourage and inspire each other using words. We will build ritual together to empower our lives, to awaken the true life purpose that is ingrained in our bones. And we will have fun. Somehow we will. We will have fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. Like I said, I'm excited just to be doing this right now. I am so excited to actually be flowing in something that I've wanted to do for a while. So I encourage you to do the same. What is it that you need to flow in? What is it that you want to do that somebody out there might need? So leave a positive comment in the comment section. Let me know how you enjoyed this mantra, this power mantra for Black women. Even if you're non-Black, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Follow my podcast, Ubuntu Roots. That's UBUNTU Roots, ROOT, on Apple Podcast, Anchor, Spotify, and Google. And follow me on my YouTube channel, Serena Serenity. Share, like, and subscribe. All right, until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. May you walk in your significance. May you stand in your power. Have a good one. Again, this is Serena.